So Paula Kennedy, I work for Concentrix. Concentrix is one of the largest global BPO companies. Business process outsourcing, contact centers, customer management, and we do that all around the world with 225,000 people. So I've been in this industry for over 20 years. I'm VP in Concentrix and working in the emerging technology and new strategies that we have coming through for the business. Gosh, there's a couple of things that are really important for introducing new products. First is research. It seems like the obvious, but get the research right. Make sure you've tested all of your assumptions, that what you actually want to take to market, the market actually needs or even wants. I guess that's the first thing. And the other thing for me is start with the customer or the consumer, whoever's going to use your product or use your service. That's the place to start. You can have the best idea and you can have the greatest technology, but if nobody wants this at the end point, it's all for nothing. So work with the customer and work backwards to your technology, work backwards to your idea. That would be mine. I think there is a connection. I mean, unless you're the Apples of this world, you can't go out there with the brand behind you and launch all at once and go. And I think we still, despite all of the technology and digitization we have in our world today, we're still a human industry, and it's about people, and people buy from people. And in my world, I guess, my clients want to come to me for advice, for best practice sharing, for direction, and where they go with their strategy. So they want to feel that I'm a level of expertise that they can bounce ideas off, or they can find out what's happening and what the baseline is for them to have their ideas from. So I think personal brand and the brand of your product or your service absolutely are connected for launch. And in today's time, I mean, we live in a social world. It's the place and the time for you to be that voice of expertise and have your moment of being able to, whether that's through written or spoken or video, but we have this platform available to us now to create that. And I think it's really important that we use that. I don't think there is. I mean, I think in a large company, driving new development, you have potentially more resources available to you, and that's fantastic. And startups or smaller organizations have to look for more funding, have to look about new means of doing that. But actually in today's world, the large organizations really have to turn the lens back on themselves. We have to, from a corporate perspective, reinvent ourselves to stay relevant. So I think we're on a par. We still have to think about, look out the next few years ahead and think about what's needed and what do I have to do in the world of outsourcing, the world of customer management, to rethink what that means and put myself in first place in that market doing something differently. And that's tough. So I'm not sure if there's a huge difference. We just tackle it in a different way. So launching globally is a big thing. Again, going back to the Apple scenario, unless you've done that, been there and got the t-shirt on, made the mistakes and launched the big things, you got to go step by step. And the lean startup model is really good because you do a little, see what works, try something bigger, see what works, and kind of move over time. So I think, first of all, is know your market. And if you're going global, that market is different every country, every city that you go into. So you've got to redo your research and rethink all of your assumptions. It's not one size fits all by any stretch of the imagination. So that is probably the fundamental, most important thing, time after time in any business, especially within corporates. We spoke earlier about reinventing yourself. We spoke earlier about how you bring new products and you think about disrupting your own industry. And you need to have the foresight. So working with the analysts, working with your own marketing departments, predicting the new trends that are coming forward in technology and thinking about what does that mean to me and acting fast ahead of time. Creating these new areas for work and concepts that allow you to, maybe disrupt, maybe even risk a little bit of cannibalization of your own industry. But if you don't move, someone else will move ahead of you. So if you want to have that competitive streak and you want to stay in number one position, you've got to think of these things ahead of time and stay really close to how those trends are changing. Enjoy clapping? Yeah. Yes, fantastic.